This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2006 Ford F350 crew cab, dual rear wheel. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's a four-wheel drive. It's a King Ranch, which is the saddle leather, and it's an FX4 off-road suspension package, which is Rancho suspension installed at the Ford factory. This thing only has 58,000 miles. It's on a clear title. It was a theft recovery that we purchased directly from an insurance company. Beautiful truck. It's got a great Carfax. There's really not much to report here. It had a broken windshield. They stole the VIN off the dash through the windshield, so they broke the windshield. It's got a new windshield. We bought it from an insurance company in Texas, so they already did the cops already gave it its VIN back, which is on the door. It's got a, like I said, it's got a beautiful Carfax. My job is to really throw these things under the bus, but this is going to be a hard one to throw under the bus. The reason I do that is so that, you know, especially for people who pay by wire and ship, that they get more than they thought they were getting when it shows up and not less. But in the case of this truck, I think there's a few little dings and very minor stuff like that. I think there's a little scuff on the tailgate. I guess a guy could get the right color white and walk around and probably fix all the problems in about 10 minutes. Anyway, when we get them here in Tucson, we do a 2-hour inspection, driving, measurements. Touch up right there. We take the wheels off, put it in the air, check brakes, check everything. This thing came out very well. It's got very high rubber Michelins that were on it when we bought it. So somebody just put probably $1,500 worth of tires on it right before it got stolen, which is an indication of how much they liked it right before it was stolen. Okay, so somebody liked it a lot. And then if you look at the Carfax, which I'll show you in just a second, someone had it serviced, the previous owner had it serviced a couple miles before it was stolen. It wasn't stolen very long at all, mile-wise. It does have a spare, and that is a new spare tow package. There's your suspension by Rancho. Little ding right here. And I'm kind of cross being pretty picky here on this one to find stuff that's wrong. But again, we want you to know everything. There's no upside in being anything but honest here. We'll have somewhere between 500 and 600 people a day will see this truck online. So we're not desperate like the brick and mortars are to sell to the one guy who gets in this thing in a month. There's a little door ding I see right there. This handle, we have a new handle coming. When they stole it, they broke the lock cylinder out. So we have a brand new handle coming. It's at paint, and then we'll put the lock cylinder in. But it came back from detail before that came back. Anyway, here's your Carfax. One owner. Last report was at 56.9. No issues reported. No, none of that stuff. No wrecks. Nothing. Blah blah blah. Everything is normal. There's a oil and filter at 42. Fuel filter and oil at 48. Air filter, brake fluid, flush and change, oil and filter at 56. And then a safety inspection done at 56.904. And then it was reported stolen. Vehicle recovered after theft. I mean, it was bang, bang. It was stolen, and the guy probably got paid for it, and then it was recovered shortly thereafter. And that's that. Anyway, let me. I'm going to fire this truck up. I'm going to show you under the hood, let you listen to it. We're looking for Ford stamps on both sides of the core support and on both fenders. That'll tell us that no body parts have been replaced due to any collision. I would expect to see Ford on this side, Ford on that side, and Ford on both sides of the core support. There's Ford right there. Hard to see, but there's Ford right between my finger and thumb. I can see that. And then there should be another one right there. And then there's one right there. About blow by on these things. Obviously, with the oil being changed and then being serviced like it was, and with so few miles on it, there's not going to be any, but people still want to see that. So there it is. That's your passenger rear window. Nothing on that door at all. These seats are in great shape. Headliner looks great. There's nothing to report back there. Alright. That's your passenger front window. Door locks. That's heated. That's off. Seat forward. Seat back. Front seat cushion down, or rear seat cushion down and up. Front seat cushion up and down. That's fine. Boy, these seats are in really good shape, which of course I would expect with that many miles on it. Everything looks good there. You do have a manual and a wheel lock, which I'm going to put in here so we don't have to listen to it bouncing around when I drive it. This looks like some sort of trim. Oh, that's an ashtray insert right there. I'm going to put that in there too so we don't listen to that. So the guy didn't smoke. The ashtray insert is not in the ashtray. That was his way of saying don't smoke in my truck. There we go. Alright, there's your driver rear window. This is a beautiful truck. There's nothing going on. All good news. Alright, there's your window down on the driver's side, passenger side, rear, driver rear. Let's see, door locks. Let's see, that one's already on. That's on, that's off. So my seat's going to be warm, which I don't really need because in Tucson right now, even though it's late October, it's about 95. Alright, so the seat goes up and down and back and forth. Front seat cushion up and down. Rear seat cushion down and up. That works fine. This seat's in very good condition for a driver's seat on a King Ranch. You got adjustable pedals. Up. Down. Tilt wheel, that works. This is just a nice truck. Alright, let's see. Let's do a systems check first. There you go. My brother just came back from pictures with this thing. So it's nice and warm, so these are very accurate readings. Let's see that. He took between 50 and 70 HD pictures. Seatbelt on here, which we also have a magnifying glass that you can click on and zoom in really tightly on whatever you want to look at. So please use that little device. It's kind of cool. There you go. Let's see. Up a little country gold heartbreak. Steering controls. That works. Change the station. Alright, so everything works there. CD player, 6-disc changer, air conditioning, manually, up, down, that works. Now we're going to try the controls. The steering wheel for the AC, that works fine. Temperature up, that's all from the steering controls. Everything's working the way it's supposed to. Info 58,101 miles. All right, let me put it neutral. Low. Let's see. For low. Let's drive. That's reverse. And I'm going to check out the rear sensors while we're doing this. There you go. There are your rear sensors. Let me pull forward here so that I can put it before high. Alright, before high. Now we're going to go to drive. Let's see. Drive. And reverse. Just got to put it in reverse. Steering through the camera here instead of looking at what I'm doing. Now we're in neutral. Too high. Or too high. Alright, let's see. That's that. It works there. What else do we have to... Oh, you know what? We have a rear slider. Let's try the rear slider real quick. Make sure that works. There we go. Alright. Everything works fine. Let's see. It's on a clear title, so if you come to Tucson to drive it home, it needs nothing. You will pay a dock fee of $250. You'll pay taxes, which are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is, for instance, 3%, you're going to pay 5% tax and $250 dock fee. If you're one of our buyers from Alaska who fly down here all the time and drive them home, theirs is zero. So they pay 2% tax and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, no dock fee, no taxes. You deal with whatever taxes or MBD fees or whatever you have in your state. If you pay by wire and ship, we will sign up the title to you, notarize it, scan it into your online file. We even scan in the envelope that we send it in. You'll have the insurance title in your file that we got. It's a nice truck. Holy cow. Man, this would be great for the boat next summer. Anyway, you'll have everything that we have. You'll have all the pictures. You'll have a copy of the title to look at that we have now. I even showed you Carfax, what we know on that. Everything is there. So please, please, please know that there's nothing being hidden here at all. It does not work for us if we do that. It works for the brick and mortars. It does not work on the internet. Okay? So, next thing, deposit. Please get your deposit. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. Once we have your deposit, which is $500, we will put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com, and it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. The last thing I say, and it really doesn't really apply on this truck because it's so sweet, but I'll say it anyway. It's out of warranty by Ford standards. They set a number of years and a number of miles. At least by the years, it's out of warranty, and the Ford designers basically are saying we don't know what's going to happen after X number of miles or years, in this case years. If they don't know what's going to happen, there's no chance that we know more than the people who built it. So yes, there is risk involved in buying a used toaster, a used Lazy Boy recliner, or anything used, including this truck. I would say that I would say there's almost zero risk, but there's no such thing as zero risk. So if you're not willing to take on a little bit of risk, I mean a little bit, then don't buy this, okay? I would say that you're probably fine for a long, long time if you just change the oil and take care of it. But you never know. Maybe you'll need an injector next week, or a windshield wiper motor, or something. I don't know. Just be prepared to spend some of the money you're saving, which will be a lot, on a repair that could happen sooner or later. All right? Anyway, that is all. This is a beautiful truck. Thank you very much for your time.